Stranger Things fans have been desperately awaiting the final season of the series that started nearly a decade ago. As the young cast has grown older and ventured into other projects, the last chapter in the Netflix series has been a long time coming. Divided into 3 parts released during this holiday season, the first 4 episodes set up a massive blockbuster finale for the show that has been a blend of Steven Spielberg's Amblin-style with the otherworldly horror and suspense of Stephen King. The build-up of 4 seasons and almost 10 years of anticipation, Stranger Things 5 faces the difficult challenge of living up to impossible expectations while also delivering a satisfying conclusion to maintain the status the series has garnered as one of the most influential television shows of all time. While it is too soon to tell if Stranger Things 5 sticks the landing, Volume 1 does a great job of setting the table for the showdown between the residents of Hawkins, Indiana, and Vecna. In the final moments of Season 4, 11, played by Millie Bobby Brown, and the residents of Hawkins, Indiana watched as the ground split and the Upside Down began to spill into the world. It was a shocking shift from the divide between the 2 worlds over the first 4 seasons, promising a change in power as the show draws to a close. If you're wondering how everyone is going about their lives with a giant crack in the middle of their town, the season begins with a quick explanation of how the military addressed the rift, which drives the presence in the small Midwest town. Those same soldiers, led by Lieutenant Colonel Jack Sullivan, played by Sherman Augustus, and Dr. K, played by Linda Hamilton, are not only in Hawkins to find a way to prevent further incursions, but they also want 11. As she and Hopper, played by David Harbour, evade capture, the rest of the gang continues with their usual activities, trying to find a way to stop Vecna, played by Jamie Campbell Bower, themselves. While Robin, played by Maya Hawke, and Steve, played by Joe Keery, utilize the local radio station, WSQK, to help their friends, others attempt to do so in their own way. Lucas, played by Caleb McLaughlin, still sits vigil over comatose Max, played by Sadie Sink, while Dustin, played by Gaten Matarazzo, still wants to avenge the late Eddie Munson, played by Joseph Quinn. The first volume of Stranger Things 5 moves quickly and does not play it safe. While the episodes begin with almost the entire ensemble together for the first time in a long time, the familiar divide and conquer approach in splitting characters into side quests and subplots occurs relatively quickly. Many of the same plot devices are back, including the rivalry between Steve and Jonathan, played by Charlie Heaton, Nancy, played by Natalia Dyer, taking charge, and Mike, played by Finn Wolfhard, and Will, played by Noah Schnapp, trying to mediate in the middle. The season sees the return of Murray Bauman, played by Brett Gelman, Erica Sinclair, played by Priya Ferguson, and Karen Wheeler, played by Cara Buono, as well as the introduction of new characters, including Derek Turnbow, played by Jake Connolly, and expanded roles for Mike's younger sister Holly, now played by Nell Fisher. The life or death struggle to oppose Vecna means that no character is safe this season, and every episode keeps the tension running high with potential deaths coming from all directions. This does not diminish the character's exploration of romance, of course, nor does it stop the story from providing us with long overdue explanations about Vecna and his control over the Upside Down. Stranger Things 5 is full of callbacks to moments from the previous seasons, including connections to subplots that have been left unaddressed for quite some time. I saw some of the reveals coming early, but that does not detract from how well laid out they are in the narrative of the season. I'm glad to see Noah Schnapp get a good amount of focus, as Will has often felt relegated to the sidelines since the first season, but he is an intrinsic to what is happening in Stranger Things 5 as 11 is. Millie Bobby Brown has become the most famous member of the young cast, but she seems to be a bit stuck in superhero mode in the first section of the season. David Harbour, the second most recognizable cast member, also appears to be in somewhat of a backseat role in the early going. Still, much of this is due to the challenge of concluding a series like Stranger Things while giving the ensemble its due. Even with the new additions to the cast, everyone gets a fair amount of space and begins wrapping their characters, while some, like Winona Ryder and Sadie Sink, may have a little less to do. I fully expect that those who do not get spotlights in these first episodes will get their due in the final 4. 3 of the first 4 episodes were directed by the Duffer Brothers, with legendary filmmaker Frank Darabont, known for The Shawshank Redemption, The Green Mile, and The Walking Dead, helming the 3rd episode. Matt and Ross Duffer wrote the first 2 episodes, with Caitlin Scheiderhan and Paul Dichter scripting the 3rd and 4th. The Duffers embraced their inner Russos with the scale and special effects this season. Stranger Things has never been shy about using CGI and stunt work, but there's a shift from a few set pieces per season to action dominating these episodes. The final trailer for Volume 1 is primarily based on the 4th episode, which is packed with big screen caliber action. What is not shown in the trailer is the Duffers' trademark blend of nostalgia and pop culture references, which this season includes connections to the classic novel A Wrinkle in Time. The Kate Bush song, Running Up That Hill, A Deal with God, which was huge last season, makes its return, as do fashion changes and fads tied to the 1987 setting. The production values are as good as ever, despite the increased use of computer effects. Vecna still looks incredibly tangible, but the Demogorgons have lost some of their realism. Stranger Things 5 is the most ambitious and epic start to a season for the series to date. My review for the first season of Stranger Things was the very first posted online anywhere, and my appreciation for the Duffers' mix of nostalgia, homage to the works of Stephen King and Steven Spielberg, and energetic return to the type of all-ages storytelling that has fallen by the wayside in recent years are still on full display in Volume 1. I'm looking forward to seeing how the second volume and feature-length series finale will close out the story started back in 2016. But these 4 chapters bring a satisfying mix of laughs, scares, and intensity that gives me hope that the story will go out with a bang. Delivering on a scale that is on par with some summer blockbusters, Stranger Things 5 is a Thanksgiving treat that fans will be thrilled to consume over the long holiday weekend. That's why I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Stranger Things 5 Volume 1 is now streaming. Volume 2 premieres on December 25th, and the series finale premieres on December 31st.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. JoBlo was created by movie fans for movie fans, and we appreciate your support.